All right, so what we have here is what I call the resurrection. A friend of mine brought me over this outboard to look at for him. Said he had some issues with it, wanted me to take care of it for him. Said the kill switch didn't work on it. And he said it didn't really run well. Kind of wasn't real specific about what was wrong with it, but wanted me to try to get it running for him. And he also asked me to replace the trim on the outboard, on the hood. So I thought I'd document all these issues I find with this motor to help you if you ever have to do repair work on a 1971 9.5 horsepower Johnson. So if everybody's ready, here we go. Keep Mike's Vintage Outboards doing it one motor at a time. First thing we're going to do is check compression, which I have done. And she's got 70-70 balanced on both sides. So compression is good. All right, now we're going to check for spark. I don't know if you can see that or not, but there is no spark on the top cylinder. So we definitely have an ignition problem with spark. Now I did a visual inspection of the motor and I can see the cam roller is on the wrong side of the throttle. Carburetor throttle lever. It needs to be put on the other side. That is a definite problem. Take care of that. Also see his kill switch wiring is screwed down in place with this. That could be a pinch wire. Alright, so working on the resurrection motor this morning. First thing we're going to do is fix that no spark. So took the Magneto off, got her sitting here, stripped everything off, and look what I found. On one of the kill switch leads, looks like the wire was crimped under one of the coils, like that. So that was probably what was causing the no spark on that one cylinder. But customers already wanted me to rebuild her, so I got the new coils right here. I'm gonna grab my tune-up kit right here, which is a 18-5006 for this motor. I got my tune-up kit. I'm gonna use the boots off of the old spark plug wires, and I'm just gonna go ahead and rebuild it. Give my new rebuilt Magneto. So here we go. Okay, got the point set just right. Let's put the flywheel on. And let's check for spark. My handy dandy spark checker. No spark on the bottom, still. My lead was disconnected. Now, back it out all the way to 1/4 inch on my Tecker here. Both sides have good spark. Fix the spark problem. It ought to start up. what's going on with the resurrection motor this morning. I cleaned the carb because she wouldn't stay running without being choked. So let's give her a little test run this morning. See how she's doing. I believe she's been resurrected. Runs great. So let me just give you the lowdown on this carburetor job. So these carbs on these 9.5s have an upper and a lower chamber, and I removed the upper chamber on these 1, 2, 3, 4 screws and brought it in my shop and cleaned it, soaked it with my berry chem for 45 minutes and cleaned it out with my welding tips and my carburetor spray, and brought it back out here and put it on, and it still wouldn't work. Still had to keep it choked to make it run, so that did not clean it. So I took out the lower body portion with these screws here, and there's one down in the back here, and cleaned the lower portion, and that did the trick. So lesson learned for me, you can't just clean the upper chamber when you do a carb job. You have to clean both halves to do a carb job. All right, so let's review what T-Mike had to do to bring her back to life. She got brought to me with good compression, but no spark on the bottom cylinder. So I rebuilt the whole Magneto, created a good spark, and found a grounded kill switch wire that fixed the kill switch. So that means I had good compression now, good spark, and the kill switch working, but it wouldn't stay running. Cleaned the carburetor, and that did the trick. Now also the customer wanted me to upgrade his fuel system to the external fuel system. So I took the original fuel pump off, barbed it, put a 1/4 inch fuel barb to a $10 AutoZone external fuel pump, and mounted it right here. So it's become popular with all my customers to do that so that they can replace that fuel filter with another AutoZone fuel filter if they ever have a problem. And finally the customer wanted his hood trim replaced. So I used some automotive trim, and I gave him a free paint job. I just masked the original decals and gave him a free paint job. And that made that baby look new. Alright, the resurrection is complete. I'm gonna take her on a Bayou test run, but that'll be on the next video. Y'all stay tuned. We're doing it one motor at a time. Hope you enjoyed the video here at T-Mike's Vintage Outboards. We're doing it one motor at a time. Please click on subscribe. I guarantee to provide weekly videos. Thank you very much. Au revoir, mes amis, and laissez les bon temps rouler. Aïe!